Hello everyone, I'm Hallie and this is Taylor, and today we'll be presenting to you our idea of hero helpers.
So here's a quick presentation overview. First we'll be discussing the problem, then the opportunity, then the solution, and then the resources we will need. So Shannon and Ian are two children in our own community who once suffered from cancer. Both of them feared the whole chemotherapy process and said they were often afraid of the treatment. While speaking with them, they state that one of the scariest parts was seeing the gross and disgusting liquids located in the IV bag. These liquids can be anything from odd-colored medications and can sometimes even contain blood. Although Shannon and Ian had numerous cards and teddy bears for support, the treatment process and the medication still frightened them.
There are many fears that come with the diagnosis of cancer. As you can imagine, these fears are even greater in young children who don't understand what's happening to their body. One of the greatest fears associated with the diagnosis of cancer is the treatment process of chemotherapy. During treatment, children may be afraid of the liquid medicine IV bags that are constantly hanging over their shoulder. These IV bags cause discomfort to children who are already in an immense amount of pain.
So Shannon and Ian's stories are both very sad, but what's even sadder is that they're not alone. Childhood cancer is a widespread problem, and here are the statistics.
Throughout the world, one child is diagnosed with cancer every 3 minutes. Despite the massive progress in research, cancer still kills more children than any other disease, more than AIDS, asthma, cystic fibrosis, and diabetes combined. Childhood cancer typically responds best to chemotherapy treatment, although there are many downfalls with the current treatment plan. This treatment causes massive physical and psychological tolls on the children. These children may even think of the treatment process as a punishment, as they're no longer allowed to do the things they could do before they got sick.
Heidi Jupp, our industry partner from the Hematology Oncology Clinic at Massachusetts General Hospital, sees a serious need for a product that will cover the IV bag that will help alleviate the fears of the unknown liquids inside. Along with Heidi, our other industry partner, Katie Shea from the Dana-Farber Cancer Institute in Boston, also sees a need for this product. Katie says that oftentimes her patients' parents request for her to somehow cover the bag so her children do not see the liquids. Katie states that she often covers the bag by using a linen, such as a pillowcase, which really ends up making it look like a ghost. Katie believes that there's a better solution for this problem, but currently there is no company that is taking advantage of this opportunity. The answer to the issue regarding the frightful liquids located in the IV bag is the idea of hero helpers. Hero helpers are covers made out of kid-friendly material designed to go over the IV bag during treatment. The bag is designed to be a hero or a princess that the patient is familiar with to make the whole chemotherapy process less scary. Our product is really created to produce a distraction for these children. Seeing that a familiar character is in the room with them will give them something to think about other than the chemo. Overall, hero helpers are a product that will help children cope with the concept of being sick and receiving medication in a less negative way. So as you can see here, these are some hero helpers that we've produced. So after producing these hero helpers, we showed them to Shannon and Ian. We asked them if they had the opportunity to use a hero helper, would they? They both immediately said that they would, because at the time it would have been something that was cool and would help get their mind off the chemo.
To help get our product off the ground, my partner Taylor and I first plan to patent our product. After we patent our product, we will have a 20-year monopoly on the IV bag cover industry. During this time period, we will create multiple working prototypes to show to potential investors. These investors include hospitals, clinics, and IV bag manufacturers themselves. To do this, we expect a need of $5,000 in funding.
Currently, there is no cure to cancer, so there are still several children battling this disease across the world. So as for hero helpers will have a guaranteed market for some time.
Be a hero and help us get our product off the ground.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Way under time, so just way under time. Fantastic.
So do you guys have any questions for us?
Did you look into whether there are any competitors doing this?
So currently there's some competitors that sell it like small scale on Etsy and things like that, but there's no large scale wholesale people who sell this product.
Nobody's distributing it to hospitals on a worldwide level as we'd like to do.
So from a medical or nursing perspective, was there any discussion as to if there was backflow up through the IV tubing into the bag, and if it's shielded you can't see it, or?
So if you actually look at our bags, we have openings in the back so you can still see a little bit of the measurements, and also if there was a backflow going on, you could peek through this area.
Okay. Yep. And of course, they're flame retardant as well. Does it meet all the guidelines to?
Well, our working
Hospital
prototype that we eventually hope to make will definitely be all the
Meeting
restrictions.
the OSHA requirements and.
Exactly.
Okay.
Tally's OSHA certified. So I-
Okay.
Did you have your hand up?
I put it down.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have you done any due diligence to find out if there's any opposition to this product by the IV bag manufacturers?
We haven't reached out to any IV bag manufacturers themselves, but we have reached out to nurses who are in hospitals who could see the need for it.
We do hope that like the IV bag companies would also see a need for this product, and maybe we could team up with them to create something. They'd help us out hopefully.
So you don't know of any compliance issues or anything like that with the product?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay. I'm sure you're not.
Keyword, not yet.
Okay. So you're gonna do some more research on that piece, right?
Of course.
What about, have you considered allergies in the immunocompromised patients getting the chemo and the materials in the fabric? Is it going to affect the patient at all?
So-
I see a lot of those are like felt.
Yes.
And there's glitter and pipe cleaner.
So we actually just created these on our own, just like
Okay.
from like the local craft store, just to like get a prototype that like we could just show to cancer patients to say like if there was something like this, would you have used it? So definitely when we get like a patent and a working prototype, we'll incorporate all these ideas that you guys are throwing at us. Like definitely it would have to be like some allergy friendly products cover.
Choking. I'm just thinking of like
Yeah.
kids.
Non-flammable.
Exactly, it would definitely have to,
Fit the regulations, fit for a hospital.
Mhm.
we'd have to think about all those ideas. Even if it was just like a screen printed kind of design on there, maybe it was just like a screen print character so there was nothing hanging off.
Right.
Can you go back to the financial sheet in terms of, have you asked what potential clients would be willing to pay for the item?
So we actually just reached out to this lady named Miranda at Bridgewater State University, and she's the one that gave us the quote on how much she thought it would cost to produce a dozen of these. But we haven't really figured out who would be paying for the product or how much we would charge each of the products, but ideally it would be something on the lower scale since they are already having a financial burden.
Okay.
How much does, and maybe it varies based on what's in the bag, but how much does an IV bag cost? Not like your cover,
The cover.
not the
Um,
cover.
We
So,
bought 2 IV bags on Amazon for $10. They were just a saline solution, so obviously that wouldn't be what's used for treatment, but just
For like the fitting and stuff to make the bags.
it would be interesting to go to like a medical supply company and find out what it costs for hundreds or thousands, and then say, oh, therefore, if the per unit cost is this, I can imagine I wouldn't want to be 2x that or 50% of that or some, I don't know what the right percentage is, but you could then frame whether you could sell it through the distributors or whether Glenn Morgan layperson should buy it for his friend when he goes to visit his friend's kid in the hospital.
of course, excellent idea.
And the good thing about Hero Helpers is that they're reusable, so you don't have to buy a new one every single time you buy a bag.
I'm a little hung up on the patentability of this. So what did you do research on that aspect of it?
Not on like if it is able to be patented, but we would like our just design idea to be patented if possible.
Okay.
We've learned a little bit about patents in our business law class that we're in this semester. So patents are really new to us, but the teacher did describe that it's very hard to get something patented. But if you get legal help, they could help you work things into it.
Right.
That would be patentable, hopefully.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
guys.
much.
Good job.
It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.